Hey you guys, it's Monica and welcome back. So today we are going to be stripping a cup. So you guys have seen this cup. This is the Lisa Frank full wrap. What's them things called? Transparent paper transfer cup, whatever. We're gonna take it off. Because remember, I cracked it up because my spray painting. And so to strip a cup, you're going to need some aluminum foil. Everything you're going to see me use is from the Dollar Tree, baby. Yes, we're getting the $1.25 tree. This is just like a little container tote. And you can see mine's all nasty because I use it strictly just when I'm stripping cups. You're going to need some 100% acetone. I already told y'all, don't be getting no... If you do want to use this on your nails, baby, still get the pure acetone. Go and get the one that says going to boost your nails and has nutrients and all that. Get the 100% pure. It's still gonna do what it needs to do for your nails. Acetone, bad for your nails anyway, so do it matter? And I am using heavy-duty nitrile gloves. So I keep some sets of heavy-duty in the back for when I do strip cups. You can use regular nitrile gloves. I have used regular. You see these ones got like a little bit of arm action too. You can use regular nitrile gloves. I just be scared like that it's gonna burn through the gloves. So I like to use my heavy duty ones when I'm doing this. And so as you can see, I am doing this inside. I do this in my guest bathroom that is on the opposite side of the house of where me and my husband actually do the living. I be worried about y'all sometimes because y'all are literally going to come in the comments and be like, oh, you're doing this inside. Can I do this inside? What about the fumes? Like, y'all are the type to sit there and let the fumes let y'all pass out. And then I wake you up and I be like, why did you stay in here till you passed out? And you be like, because you didn't explicitly tell me that the fumes was going to make me pass out. It's like, baby girl, use your sense. Your mama raised you better than this. Use your common sense. You knew that them fumes was going to get to you. So if you need to do this in a ventilated space, your garage, outside, do that. But I'm comfortable doing it in my guest room. And so when you first do this, it is going to smell like you're in like one of them sweatshop nail salons. Like it's going to smell like they got 18 nail techs in here doing nails on TV trays. It will smell like that when you first do it. But then the smell will like start disintegrating to the point you can't smell it. And especially once you snap it in. So I'm not telling y'all what I'm doing. So I measured out some aluminum foil and I measured out some paper towels, enough that will wrap around the entire cup once. And so now I went ahead and wrapped, I had to change positions. I went ahead and wrapped the cup with a paper towel. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the acetone and I'm going to just pour it over the cup. Like you don't need to drench it, but you want to be able, like you see how it's like nice and translucent and wet looking? That's the look you're going for. Like I don't even use a whole bottle when I strip like this first layer of the cup. I end up using the whole bottle because sometimes I double strip, but you don't even need to use the whole bottle. You just want it to be wet enough to soak through there and like attach itself like it's bear hugging the cup. And so I didn't like the position that I had on the bottom of the cup. It wasn't covering the whole thing. So I'm just grabbing an extra little paper towel, select a size. Oh my goodness, y'all. We usually buy the Sam's Club paper towels, but they've been out, so we switched to Bounty. And I said, oh, these Bounties is good. Mama gonna have to start buying these because, like you only need one selected size to dry your hands in the bathroom. I have been using 2 of the Sam's Club bootleg brand, and we don't go through nearly as many paper towels. They cost more, but I see why. Okay, anyways, off subject, back on subject. All right, so now there was just some acetone in the bottom of the little container. And somebody's going to ask, do it be eating up the container? It hasn't eaten it up yet. So let's pray it continues to not eat up this little container. All right, so you're going to leave it set like that. You're going to let it set overnight. I would say minimum, you're going to want to do 12 hours. But mine is usually like 16 to 24 because y'all know I be forgetting about stuff like this. And so it is the next day. All right, so you're going to put your gloves back on. Rinse off. You can like wash your hands with the gloves on. You can still use the gloves tomorrow, girl. Like you ain't got to get new gloves. All right, and you can see like it looks like the paper towel has been like dyed. Like them science projects you used to do with the markers in school. It's like one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. If I can get it off. There we go. All right, and you can see now it looks like shattered plastic. And that's exactly what you want it to look like. You know it's worked. And you can literally take your finger. And like, remember, this cup has mica powder, titanium dioxide, Mod Podge, 2 layers of glitter, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 layers of glitter, and a water slide, and epoxy, 2 layers of epoxy. So there's a lot of layers this had to cut through. Usually if you just do like a regular Mod Podge glitter cup and like epoxy, it won't be this thick and it'll peel off a lot easier. But like you literally can just take your finger and move it off. Or you can take like a paper towel with acetone on it and kind of move it instead. Or you can take like a little scraper, like a little scraper. Y'all know what I mean, what a scraper is. And you can just use a scraper. Most of the time, I just use my hands until like my gloves will get so dirty that my like my handprints will start leaving new prints on the cup where I just cleaned. So eventually I'll either have to take a paper towel with acetone and clean off my gloves, or I will just change gloves to like a thinner pair of nitrile gloves to finish cleaning everything up. So yeah, you want to, like I said, this probably wasn't the best example, but it's a good example so you can see like you have a cup with like a lot of layers. Like this is what you can expect it to look like. It's not going to look immediately pretty when you pull off. Like I said, if you do like a simple like, you know, a couple layers of glitter sealed in with Mod Podge, it'll come off like super easy. But like this one was, like I said, between the titanium dioxide, Mod Podge glitter, what's some things called, the water slide, there's a lot of layers in this cup. So I'm glad I actually did this one so y'all could see like just how messy it can get, but how we can work through it. So now I'm gonna take that paper towel and I'm gonna just put some acetone on it. And this is the same bottle of acetone, y'all, same bottle. And you can get 2 options. You can either do the elbow grease, which is what I'm doing right now, which you can see, boom, a little bit of acetone on the paper towel, that thing's coming right off. Or you can rewrap it like we did the first layer and let it sit for another 6 to 12 hours. And let the acetone do the job on its own with eating up that them final layers. But again, if you don't mind the elbow grease, you can spend 5 minutes doing this and have it, look at that, boom, look at that, look at that. You can't even tell. So again, you can elbow grease it, or you can just rewrap the cup and let the acetone do its thing on its own, depending on, you know, how you like to move. It's up to you, baby girl. It doesn't matter. Do whatever works for you. And if it seems like it hasn't eaten through enough, maybe use a little more acetone the next time you wrap it to give it a little more to soak into. So I'm still elbow greasing it myself. You can see it's coming off nicely, but again, my gloves are getting kind of gross. So I did have to, you know, take off my gloves and make sure they were clean so I wasn't still... You can see I'm like dragging. I'm pointing at the screen like y'all can see me pointing at the screen. Goodness gracious, MJ. It's late at night. So yeah, I eventually did have to change my gloves so that I could get the rest of this off. So yeah, just take your time. And y'all, that's literally how you strip a cup. That's all it takes. It's very easy. So if you ever have a cup that you do not like, you don't got to live with it. Or if it doesn't look good, you don't have to live with it. Strip it. And y'all, that's what we end up with. Isn't that crazy? Y'all probably wouldn't even believe that I told y'all that design was on this cup yesterday. Like, the only reason you would know, you see I got some little dust flakes from the titanium dioxide and the paint that's in the bottom. But other than that, you would never be able to tell that I had used this cup. So if you like this kind of videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. The website is closed right now, period6glitter.com, but I'll be back on March 2nd. Instagram, TikTok, period6glitter. And subscribe, all that, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.